Hey homies, it's me, the confused ones. We do a lot of fun things here in this channel. Like and subscribe the channel to join with us and begin the fun. After a long time, here we are again with another chess gameplay. I hope it will help both of us improving our game skills if we have any. So as you can see, this is a 3-minute game as I play, and my opponent here played d4. This is the most conventional opening after e4. They usually play just e4 or d4. There are some even openings like reti or this like this over these openings, and I responded with knight to f6. I just love, you guys know that I just love to play Peer's defense or King's Indian defense. I'm trying to learning these openings, and here my opponent already choose a sideline, that is c3, and I played d6. He played c4. I played bishop to f5. So as you guys can see that this is a 3-minute blitz game. Here my opponent played d4 and I played knight to f6. This means that we're gonna play a King's Indian defense. I just love to play Peer's or King's Indian defense. My opponent responded with c3. This is a textbook move, and this is already a sideline. I played here d6. He played c4. He just moved his pawns not once but twice. You guys just shouldn't do this like this. You can't move a piece twice in these openings, right? He just wasted this move and give me a move extra where my bishop is now developed. He played knight to c3. I played g6, f3, g7. This is, I'm just trying to free and get my bishop and short castle, though it's not the best move here. And here my computer wants that I immediately start challenging these two pawns right here, but I wasn't that much courageous to do this. And of course he forced back my bishop here. So and here he also played f4 and this is like a mixture of two different openings, right? I don't know that what does he want with these 4 pawns. These 4 pawns may look very cool, but as you can see using this evaluation bar, that black is a little bit, just a little bit better here, because these 4 pawns aren't that much supported, right? This pawn is undefended. I mean, now this pawn is undefended, this pawn is undefended. I don't know what does he want. And even this is of course an inaccuracy. And I played e5. Now I challenged in the center, and it's the best engine move. I don't know why. I just did it. And it takes e5, and my opponent played d5. Right? This is like a stonewall setup. Of course, stonewall setup I think starts with like this d file, or and I are short castled. My opponent developed his bishop. I challenged his bishop right away. Though I also could have played other moves, like I just played c6 or other, but I'll just like to play these moves and hide my king here to this g7 square. I think Grandmaster Hikaru plays in this style, so I just tried to copy this style. As you can see that I'm just 1000 player, so I can't play like a Grandmaster, but I am trying to understand this. And here if it takes this knight, it's also good for me, because then this bishop only be the dark square bishop, and I'll enjoy these dark square movements. Or if he retreats this bishop, then I'm gonna play g5. This is not a good move I think here, but I'm gonna play it. He took, and I developed my queen. He played queen to e2. I here now I played pawn to c6 to break this chain. Though here computer thinks that I should have played queen to b6 to challenge this pawn and keep an eye of this knight, I guess. Though I don't know how am I gonna pick this knight. However, and here my opponent played h3. I guess his motive was to challenge my king while playing g4 and attacking towards this king side. And here I took this pawn. He took this pawn with his c pawn, and here I played a6 to play b5, and computer isn't happy with this. According to computer, here's the best move was to play knight to a6, right? But I don't think any 1000 rated player is going to play knight to a6, because we just know from basics that knights in this corner aren't good, right? Because this knight only can control these four squares, while being in center, this knight can control 8 squares, right? So this knight isn't good here, I think. But I don't know computers. And here he castle wrong side. But if you are gonna play and just give away your c pawn, then you shouldn't castle queen side. This file is just opened, right? So this king isn't gonna that much safe here. And I played b5, right? This move was an inaccuracy according to Stockfish because the king wasn't castled, right? And now as the king is castled here, so of course b5 is gonna be the best move here, and he just justified my move. Thank you, bro. And he played g4. g4 is actually a mistake, right? He just should have doubled his. He just tried to. He should have tried to try a battery with her in this e file, and I played b4. So now his knight is basically useless, right? Because these two squads are offended my pawn. I'm gonna grab it, so his only squad is available for this knight is this d2 squad, but it's not that much of useful. And I played with the bishop to b5, and computer shows that it's an inaccuracy. I thought that this move is like a tempo, right? I wasn't sure that much, but I thought I have nothing to play, so I played bishop to b5. And but here computer thinks that I should have also give him a check, and of course he moved his queen, and it's also an inaccuracy. Yeah, he just should have tried to trade my queen, as without this queen this king is a little bit more safe. Oh, it never happened, and now I give a check with this king, as in the previous move I wasn't able to see that I can give him a check. In this move I am able to see, and to lure his king toward the center, right? Because there's no point moving this knight forward, as my pawn is gonna catch it. So move, and now I checked him again, and this king is right now this e1, right? This is where the king started his journey, and now this is where he is again. This is quite satisfying. And I played this move, rook to c2. I thought that it's a great move, because if he captures this rook here, then I'm gonna take this bishop here, and it will be a check, and this would leave me a game with a favorable win chance. And I think computer also thinks that this is a great move. Let's see what if he takes. Yeah, then I just thought that much. I didn't see anything anymore. My computer thinks he might play this, and I just can check him right that, so that he can't escape. We don't need to see all of this. Let's get back. And here my opponent also saw that, and he didn't took my rook, so here he took 13 seconds. And now he wants a queen trade, so that I can do that much. But here I depended my queen. I thought if he wanna take this queen, then he should take it in his turn, so that I can play pawn to f4, and this long pawn chain would help me in the end games. But here he took my bishop here to double my pawn, and I have to do it. He took my queen, I took with that e pawn, and here he played pawn to d6. I took that pawn was hanging and free, and now this pawn is also hanging. My opponent didn't try to save that. Now I played my knight. So I don't think this is a good move here. Yeah, of course the engine also, they want me to check this king again, right? Of course we should up at first look at these checks. I don't know why I ignored these checks. I'll try to be better. And here he tried to defend his pawn, and I took that free pawn also. So as you can see that this might look dangerous, but this isn't dangerous at all, right? Well, this knight now can't do that much. And while moving this knight here to d4, this is of course a mistake, because now this pawn is hanging, and if this pawn falls, this pawn is also gonna fall, right? His last chance is also going to be doomed. And now I played knight to e5 here, but why? Of course this is an inaccuracy. I should have took this bishop with this bishop, because now both of these are, I mean not this, these are threatened. But I took it, and my opponent took my b5 pawn, and here I checked his king, right? Because when my opponent took this knight, I saw that it was mate in 2, right? It's an easy checkmate here, right? And this rook is defended by this one, and this knight is doing a great job here to protect these two squares from being captured. And these two squares are, I mean these three squares are by